Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to move on. Double Negative, Low, following track here on the album. Always trying to work it out. What are we always trying to work out? Who knows? Pull ourselves up from the lowest into the highest, perhaps. We're moving on. I don't know where else I was going with that. I feel like I had something else to say, but it just escaped me. It just flew itself away. Double Negative, of course, released 2018 12th studio album. We're listening to this because it was suggested and sponsored by Yoku Floor. Thank you so much for the supports. Thank you so much for the recommendation. I'm happy to dive in. Hopefully you're happy to dive in with me. Don your bathing suits. Here we go. That initial charge, man. Suspense is sucking you in.
I saw you at the grocery store. I know I should have walked over and said hello. Seemed like you were in a hurry. I didn't want to slow you down, so I figured I should let you go.
That one had some extras. Such a sonically deep track. Obviously, the bass just it's like a bomb going off. Can I tell you something? Let me try and find a picture of what I'm thinking. Because I think that sonically, especially with that bass, there's something very specific to it. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of what I'm kind of thinking of. You know what? Most of these will do, to be honest. So let me bring you up here really quick. Hole left by bomb. Okay, so when that bass comes in, it's like a bomb coming down, right? Hitting the ground. Boom. Huge explosion, etc., etc. And then afterwards, there's the hole left in, of course, the crater left by it, right? When that bass comes in, it hits the ground musically, boom. But all the music, like, sinks. It's like it sinks down in volume. It's been pushed down if you listen to the melodies. But then they're quickly kind of, whoops, sprung back up. It's like the bomb hit like a, I don't know, a rubber, a ground made of rubber. And it goes down, but then volume, it springs back up. Then the bomb comes back down again with the bass, boom. Whoop, and then the music pops back in. I think that that's a really cool effect in how they use it here, because there's a word for that when it comes to production, and like it messes with the levels and everything like that. Just like I hit the microphone. There's a specific word for that, and that's like an effect that you don't want when it comes to making music and such. But they use it here. It's a little kind of cool effect. And let me bring you guys back here. Let me go over the lyrics. We're going to do it all together. I saw you at the grocery store. I know I should have walked over and said hello. Seemed like you were in a hurry. I didn't want to slow you down, so I figured I should let you go. Always trying to work it out. Okay. Something's amiss in the relationship, whatever it may be. And the repeated mantra and lyrics of always trying to work it out. Keep that in mind. See the little children at your knees. I heard you moved back and got a house at East. Everybody says that the war is over. It isn't something you forget so easily. Saw you downtown at the gallery. Like, saw your art and stuff. Okay. This person that he sees has moved on. Life has passed on. And he's, for some reason, something holds him back from talking to them, from reintroducing himself to her, I would assume. Obviously, she's moved on. Little children on her knees. She's good. She's fine. And the line where he says, everybody says that the war is over. It isn't something you forget so easily. Not only does that relate to me, to the bomb that I'm mentioning musically, but also here, you know, just because the war, hold on. I got a quote for you. Just because the last bullet has been fired doesn't mean that the war is over. Just because pen hits the paper and the treaty has been signed doesn't mean the war is over. Just because their relationship has ended doesn't mean the war is over. Especially with the title of the track, Always Trying to Work It Out. So even in the aftermath of everything, still trying to work it out. What are we trying to work out? Maybe not the relationship, but maybe mentally he's trying to work out in his mind why the relationship ended. Always trying to work out what he could have done, should have done differently. And et cetera, et cetera. He's just hamster wheeling in his mentals, I would say, about this. And when it gets to the second half of the track, there's obviously that moment where the music becomes incredibly distorted, and it really feels like we're in the middle of a whirlwind and a storm with just how everything swirls around us, and it's just chaotic and claustrophobic, and it's disturbing. And then it kind of like sucks it out, and we're right back where we started. So I view that as him getting in his head, twisting and turning with these ideas, these theories, these concepts. What could I have done? What should I have done? Should I go do this? Could I? Just the jumbled mess in his mind. And then clarity. Bop! Right back to it. And then perhaps starting that cycle all over again. That's at least how I take it. That's how I view this. And I do like at the end of this track how you get just a little bit of melody from the guitar that swings its way in. Just a little bit, though. As if maybe there will be peace and resolution at some point. But you had to work through that storm to get there, didn't you? And you could take this even further. She also sings a little bit on this track with some of her harmonies. So maybe if we were to get another perspective from her point of view, maybe she's thinking a similar thing. And maybe even though she's moved on quite far, maybe she's trying to work it out as well. I'm just putting that out there. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. Yerky Floor, thank you so much for the suggestion. I love when a track gives me something to like dive into and talk about. This has it. This has it, man. And the music's great, obviously, as well. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you all later. Bye.